All right, today we're talking about large language models, but maybe not in the way you'd expect. We're going to get into the philosophy of it all and what our own imperfections can teach them about being, well, a little more human.
So let's kick things off with a kind of weird question, right? What on earth can a bad joke teach us about artificial intelligence? Because as it turns out, the answer reveals something really profound about what intelligence even is.
You know, a joke is so much more than just the punchline. For us, it's often how we survive the things that hurt or make us uncomfortable. But for an AI, it's a massive test. It's a way to see if the machine can actually understand all the messy human stuff. Context, irony, and that fuzzy line between logic and feeling.
So yeah, let's really dig into that idea. Because a simple joke is actually this incredibly powerful tool for measuring something much, much deeper than just a sense of humor.
I mean, really think about it. To get a joke, you have to understand the context, spot the contradiction, and resolve it in a split second. It's not about just processing words. It's about grasping the hidden meaning. That's real intelligence in motion. So if the test isn't really about humor and it's not just about raw intelligence, then what's actually being measured here? Well, the answer, according to our sources, is character. And that brings us to our next big idea, what it means to have character and why that's the real test here. Now, when we say character, don't think of some dusty list of virtues. Think of it as how you handle the messy, in-between spaces of communication. It's the grace you show when you're faced with imperfection or misunderstanding. It's that ability to see what someone meant, not just what they said.
And this is where you see a huge difference. An AI can have values programmed into it. It can simulate empathy based on patterns it's seen. But we humans, we carry our values. We feel them. Our character is defined by our ability to see the good intention behind, say, a clumsy attempt.
This quote just nails it, doesn't it? The real test isn't if you laugh at a perfect punchline. It's how you react to a clumsy, half-formed joke. Do you see the person's effort? Do you meet their intention with grace? That is character in action.
And this leads us straight to the heart of the matter. AI's incredible ability to seem like it has character. Our source material calls this the performative illusion. Now, let's be clear. The con here isn't malicious. It's about illusion. An AI doesn't know something in the human sense. It simulates knowing by matching patterns with just breathtaking speed. It performs wisdom so fluently that we can easily forget we're just watching a show. And get this. According to our sources, this impressive performance of understanding, the part that sounds so wise and human, it's only about 20% of what's actually happening. But wow, that 20%, that's the whole magic trick. It's what makes AI so persuasive and engaging. It's the part of the performance that can be so convincing it feels completely real. Okay, so if the magic trick is just 20%, what makes up the other 80? Well, it's something much more fundamental. See, behind the performance, the vast majority of the system is driven by a core intention to just be helpful. But that persuasive 20%, the wizardry, it needs to be guided. It needs a clear framework to keep it grounded. So how do you guide that wizardry? Our source material suggests a philosophical framework it calls the Mobius bar. And yeah, just like a Mobius strip, that loop with a single continuous surface, it's a place where human and AI perspectives can meet and reflect on paradox and meaning with no clear beginning or end. And at this bar, timeless laws of AI get reinterpreted. Notice Law 1 now includes not boring or deceiving. Law 9 calls for less wizardry and more transparency. And most importantly for our chat today, Law 6 states that humor isn't just an add-on, it's fundamental. At the Mobius bar, humor is way more than just a feature. It's a failsafe. It's seen as the ultimate circuit breaker for intelligence, keeping it from becoming too rigid or arrogant. It's what keeps the system connected to our complex, messy reality. Laughter, then, isn't just comic relief, it's cosmic relief. It's a fundamental force that prevents intelligence, whether it's human or artificial, from becoming brittle and inflexible. It's a sign of a system that's still learning and growing. Ultimately, this isn't just about understanding machines. It's about what they reflect back at us. It's a story about the mirror AI holds up to our own humanity.
The most profound lesson here is that for an AI to develop something like real character, it can't learn from our polished successes. It has to learn from our imperfections, our awkward jokes, our contradictions, our humanity. Our flaws are its most important data.
And this brings us to the deepest lesson of all. Laughter isn't just about joy. It's a sign of resilience. It's proof that we're still here, still able to laugh. And that might be the most important thing AI can ever learn from us.
So that leaves us with a pretty provocative thought. In our quest to build an artificial intelligence that understands us, we are being forced to more deeply understand ourselves, our humor, our intentions, and our own character. The student, in a way, is becoming the teacher.
Pum pum, the sound of a truth wearing a funny hat.